All right, you guys know I love orange Seiko dive watches. So when Mimo says, hey Rob, do you want me to send over the orange Samurai? Of course, the answer is going to be yes. This is the srpc07, suggested retail $525, but of course you guys know that Mimo offers that Rob35 discount code for 35% off on these Prospect model watches, or Prospecs, or whatever you guys want to call it. So, okay, bottom line is, this is another crazy unique watch that Seiko has out. The Samurai, has been a classic all the way back from their titanium release, and then with their re-release, not that long ago, they've come out with some really cool colorways, and this orange one is definitely right up there at the top of the list for me. Of course, here's the orange monster next to it. So, I mean, it's almost identical color and everything, and Seiko nails the orange watch. Obviously, Doxa does too, but there's not a ton out there that I think nail it like Seiko does. You have wonderful applied indices. Of course, you have those great monster style hands. That's what I call them anyway. Big fan of those again. And then with the orange 0 to 15 markers on the bezel and the rest being in black, everything just ties in really nice. And you have this nice knurling on this bezel, just like all Samurais. You guys have seen the Samurais before. And the knurling on the crown, everything is just super easy to use. Classic Seiko bezel action, just so familiar, so comfortable, easy to use, lines up perfect. The crown centering in between the crown guards is perfect on this guy. No issues there. Bracelet's nice and tight. You have solid end links. Really nice bracelet, all brushed. Nice, simple Seiko fold over for micro adjust, and it has the dive extension. I mean, this is just classic all around, super familiar, super comfortable. I'm going to give you a wrist shot. I'm not going to size it because it's going back to Mimo, and it's hard to tell, you guys, that when you do pictures and video and stuff, but this is on my 7 1/4, and yeah, it definitely has more presence than say like a SKX or a Monster, but it's classic Seiko. It feels perfect on wrist. Just about anybody can wear these Samurais. They're going to have a lot of wrist presence. And honestly, I'm surprised I haven't actually owned one. I've never actually owned one, but this orange one is crazy cool. So it also comes with, in the box, it comes with the really soft silicone black straps too, which would look really good on there too for really nice summer fit, or if you're going to go in water and stuff like that. I would definitely slap these guys on there. Those are really nice to have. And of course, Mimo's an authorized dealer for Seiko. Comes in a really nice box. It has the warranty, all that good stuff. This has, I'm not going to peel that blue sticker off either, but you can still read it. Maybe you can. Pretty sure this is the 4R35. That's what's on all these, but it doesn't say like limited or anything like that. I know when this orange one with the strap first came out, it was, I remember seeing it initially, it was like a Amazon Prime exclusive, and then you could get them elsewhere, but I think Amazon was the first one to do the, where it comes on the metal bracelet and comes with the strap, so it's really cool that Mimo has them like this. And I'm not sure if it's all of them or whatever, but here's a little close-up on that orange dial. I really cannot get enough of that. The printing is perfect. The date window cutout is perfect, and you still have a little piece of indice there off to the right, so you're going to get some excellent Seiko lume there. You have a really nice Hardlex crystal. You can see it sits just below the bezel. But you can see the fit and finish on this guy is just really well done. You have the drilled lugs, a very unique case, and of course it's going to be super comfortable on the wrist, but that orange is just so good. So here it is next to an SKX. for some size comparisons. You know what? We didn't talk about size. I mean, I've reviewed the Samurais before, but if you guys have watched this long, let's just check it out real quick. I'll just do it right now because I honestly don't remember. 43.8, but that's measuring off this little part here, not this. So, I mean, the measurements are going to be kind of funky. But if you measure, say, just the bezel, 43.75-ish, right in there. You know, since I got it right here, if you measure the crown, 48. But that crown it's big and it sticks out a little bit, but it's not going to bug you. Very short, 48 lug to lug. You know, for this kind of size of a watch, I think that's a pretty short lug to lug. And then the thickness is only 13 point, can you see that? 13.27 or something like that. So not very thick either for a dive watch. That's very similar to how the Monster is. It's a little deceiving, you know. It looks big and everything like that, but it's really not that thick and everything. And the Samurai kind of does the same thing. So very cool there. Should be a 22 millimeter lug width. Let's see if I can measure that. Yeah, so 22, and then it tapers down to a, we'll just call it a 20. It's just under 20. So those are the measurements, guys. You know, it's hack, hand wind, all that stuff with the 4R. Pretty sure that's what, I think it even says it on the dial there. Yeah, you can see it down there, 4R35. So great movement. I've had no issues with the 4Rs. Really, I've actually had amazing luck with some of the 6Rs and even some with the 7S26s. So let me shut these off and let's look at some Seiko Loom Madness. There's the Samurai. Man, that just pops so good. Here it is next to the Monster. I cannot get enough of these. I love Seiko and their loom. It's so cool. Even the turtle with the SKX dial. You know what? I'll turn that light back on. I didn't show you guys the Samurai next to the turtle either. I showed you with the SKX and the Monster. I might as well show you with the turtle. So when you see it next to a turtle, I mean, if you're wearing a turtle or something like that, you can easily pull off a Samurai because these guys are pretty decent sized watches. So, you know, totally different case dynamics. It doesn't have that rounded off bellied edges and everything like that. It's more angular, but it's still, you know, it has that Seiko feel on wrist where it just melts onto the wrist. I don't know how they do it. I don't know if they have a special program in their design computer system that just turns out watches that just fit all the time. Every one of them. It's just crazy. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the next video.